I always thought that the day existed for interaction and the night for contemplation, but I'm not so sure anymore about that. Lit by the light at my front door, the face of the mailman looked like the half moon behind him. Half dark, half light. One of the mailman's eyes looked straight into mine. "Here's a package for you. I'm sure that you will love it." And he handed me the big box that he was holding under his arm. Before I could find my words, he had already disappeared into the dark. There I was, standing in the front door of my house in the middle of the night. I looked at my watch, but a naked wrist stared back at me. I wondered what time it was. There were so many questions in my head. How did I get here? Why did the mailman show up in the middle of the night? But most of all, what's in the box? The cold wind crept under my pajamas. I closed the door and I went back to sleep. When I woke up, I looked outside of my window and saw the sun shining. The warmth of the sun and the lack of rain had dried out the grass, which had turned yellow and brown. During the summer, I had to make a big decision. The decision of what to do with my life. Question that was torturing many of my fellow 18 years olds, young adults. The gate to adulthood was towering above me, casting its big shadow. I didn't want to become an adult. I had already turned 18 a month ago, but it hadn't changed anything. It was not like I felt from the one day to the other a lot more mature. Nothing had changed. Will something ever change? Or will I stay a child for always? I saw my young sister in the garden. She was running barefoot behind her friends with the energy that most teenagers lose when they go through puberty. It seemed like they didn't mind the dry grass, sharp as needles. I felt a wave of jealousy vibrating my bones. Where was the time that I didn't have anything to worry about? I could hear my sister cry through the window. She had bumped into one of her friends and was laying on the ground, tears rolling down her face. Maybe being a child wasn't that fun after all. Deep inside I knew that I wanted to grow up. Or at least I knew that I wanted to grow. That was a little excerpt, a little part of a book that I wrote or started writing a long time ago. In this book, I want to experiment a bit with autobiography, but also fiction. So it's not, there are lots of parts that are inspired by my own life, but there are also lots of parts that's just fiction. And yeah, I just wanted to share these first two parts of what I wrote for this book, because it's been very nostalgic for me to reread it, and I thought, yeah, I want to share. And who knows, maybe one day it will grow into a full-grown book, a full-grown fictional autobiography. But for now, I just wanted to share this. Bye-bye.